Hey everybody, this is T.Gray, and I want to welcome you to a very special edition of Team Elite TV. This is Team Elite TV episode number 43, and I'm traveling, I'm on the road, and typically when I'm on the road, it's a little bit more difficult for us to do our normal hangout. I don't know if you've noticed that yet. Whenever we're traveling, whether I'm traveling or a bunch of us are traveling, we usually end up with a pre-recorded episode. And today, it was kind of hard to get everybody together, so I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and just do an episode, because I really think it's time for us to just have a talk, right? I mean, don't you think so? I mean, just a one-on-one conversation, you and me, kind of a one-on-one coaching conversation. I want you to look at it that way. And we're going to talk about what it really takes to win, right? So that's why this episode is our heart-to-heart with T.Gray, because it's just me talking to you. Don't worry about anybody else. It's me talking to you. Of course, I want you to share this with your team, but I want you to take everything that I'm talking about today very, very personally, and just kind of examine yourself against it, okay? Now, typically, as we start Team Elite TV episodes, we always make sure you know what's going on. So I want you to know about some of the things that are going on. A couple of weekends ago, we had the Canadian launch. It was awesome. It was big. It was really special. And I want to congratulate Jenny Gao, Neil Hazel, and that whole team of folks that went. And I could tell they're all fired up because, since that event, just in the last few days, Junie Yang, which is Jenny Gao's mom, Junie has enrolled 3 people already in her business. It might be even more than that by now. So I could tell that she left that event all fired up, which is why people want to go to events. They will give you that juice that you need to take your business to another level. So way to go there. I also want to congratulate our newest Sapphire. I'm so excited. Sapphires are so special because when you go Sapphire, Sapphire is what you need to go Diamond. In order to go Diamond, you got to be able to teach other people to go Sapphires. And it's really hard to do it if you haven't done it yourself. And so when a person becomes Sapphire, they actually now have the skill. They've actually done the thing that they need to be able to teach other people to do so that they can go Sapphire. So they can go Diamond ultimately. And so we have us another new Sapphire. We're starting to turn into a Sapphire making machine. I'm so proud of Doris Lopez, D-Lo, that's my girl, from the Texas Valley. And what's really special about Doris is that she's got 10 kids, 10 people, 10 younger folks living in her house with her. Could you imagine having that many people? The youngest one is an infant. Okay, and the older ones are 19, 20, whatever. But here's the deal: she's the mother to them all, and she's some of them she's grandma, but eventually she's to all intents and purposes she's mom, right? And she's got all these folks, and when you have that many people, there is no shortage of stuff going on. There's no shortage of challenges. There's no shortage of people needing stuff. There's no shortage of drama. You can be tired, and she's got a business, she's got work and all that kind of stuff. And most people would use that as an excuse to fail in Jeunesse, right? I can't build my business because, and they blame it on the 10 kids. They blame it on the stuff. They blame it on the drama. They blame it on the job, all that kind of stuff. Doris did none of those things. She used all of that as a reason to be successful here, because she knows the kind of life that she wants for her family. And you know what? Guess what? She just became Sapphire. And what I love about Doris is because of her life, because of her circumstances, it did take her longer. It slowed her down, but it didn't stop her. And by the way, folks, that's the thing that you got to remember. When you have stuff going on in your life, it might slow you down. That's okay, but don't let it stop you. And so Doris didn't let the stuff stop her. So she wasn't first. She wasn't the fastest, but she finished, right? She's a finisher. And that's who you need to be. You got to be a person who finishes. So Doris going Sapphire is really special to me. I want to just say, Doris, I'm really proud of you. And of course, as a team, as a leadership group, we will make sure we give you recognition on the next Team Elite TV. All right. Another thing I want to talk to you about is an event that's coming up that's really special. And if you're really serious about this conversation we're about to have about how to win, how to make this business profitable for you, how to make it pay you, how to go Diamond even if that's what you want. One of the things that you got to do is you got to go to the events, all right? It's just, you got to get it out of your mind that events are optional, that events are extra in your life. If you're serious about this, if when you got in, if you saw a bigger life for yourself and you really, really want that, if you saw some accomplishment that you haven't been able to achieve in your job or your current business, then you got to go to the events. right? Now, when you know that there's something coming up that you got to do, you can't put it off to the last minute. Las Vegas is the event. It's a major event. It's a special event. It was my first event in the company, Samantha's first event in the company, Marcia, Onua, a bunch of us. It was our first event. Rosette, Jenny, our first event. That's what we went to. And that event gave us the vision, the fire, everything that we needed in order to go from there and really build successful business. And we're all Sapphire Elite, and Ruby at this point in time. That's a clue, okay? So if you're serious, you got to go to this event. March 10 through 13, Las Vegas. Here, you can do everything right now. You can buy your ticket. You can book your hotel. You can go ahead and book your airfare. Everything is out there. We know the dates, right? I recommend it if you can go home late on Sunday, the 13th. I recommend that, or go home Monday, the 14th, because every time we go to an event, we always do some sort of wrap-up activity as a team, whether it's just getting together and going over the plan or going out and having some fun, maybe a little bit of both. So I hope that you can stay a little later on Sunday the 13th so we can do some stuff together. But folks, I just want to tell you, you got to be at that event. Go ahead and register, and don't drag your feet on this, okay? So what I want to do is I want to get into this talk. I want to stop and I want to check. I'm using my phone, and if somebody calls me, I'm standing a few feet away from it, so I can't tell if it's buzzing and stops the video. So I'm just going to check and make sure the video is still rolling, and I'm going to get a sip of water, and we're going to get into our talk. Okay, sure enough, as soon as I checked, guess what? Somebody called and stopped the video, so I'm glad that I was over there. Okay, so let's just talk about this for a second. And I want to let you know where I'm coming from, because sometimes what happens is people see you in your current situation and they think that you can't relate because they see you where you are, and they didn't see where you came from. I want you to know something about me that you might not know, okay? Number one, I grew up poor. I grew up in the projects in the South Bronx of New York City. Definitely, around despair. We didn't have anything. I mean, we really didn't have much. I mean, I remember the congregation taking up collections to help us with our rent and to buy us groceries. I just want you to know that that's where I came from, okay? I also want you to know that I do not have a college degree. I was academically strong. I had a partial scholarship to go to one of the best universities in America, but we just couldn't make it happen, all right? It just wasn't in the cards at the time. And so I became successful simply because I'm a hard worker, I'm an eager learner, and I'm willing to go that extra mile and do the things that other people won't do so that I can have the things that other people won't have. Another thing that I want you to know about me is that I struggled in network marketing for a long time. I got started in network marketing, and over a 10-year period of time, I kept trying different companies, right? And the most success I had is the last company in those first 10 years. I would make, maybe $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month here and there. But here's the thing. The whole time I kept trying, I kept working at it because I believed. And the reason I believed is that I saw people just like me who really wanted to change their circumstances. I saw people who worked on, for FedEx or UPS, on the delivery truck, delivering packages, go from that to diamond, living an amazing life. I saw a guy go from being a guy working in a shoe store, selling shoes, helping people try on shoes and going to get them from the back. And I saw him go from that to driving a Jaguar and living in a penthouse apartment, overlooking, the river in New York in the high rent district. So I saw people change their lives, and I kept saying to myself, if they could do it, I could do it. And what was also great is that I was a student. I kept learning. So I went to the events, and I didn't just go there and then hang out in the hallway with all the cool people. I would write, and I would take notes, and I would listen, and I would learn. Now, I had some flaws that kept me from having success during those first 10 years. And, I'll share what those are in just a second as I continue the story. Because I identified what those flaws were, and before identifying what those flaws were, I actually quit. I quit network marketing. After 10 years, I was being so successful at my job that I said, I don't need this network marketing thing, right? And I quit. And 2 years later, even though I had been so successful in my job, my circumstances had completely changed. I found myself broke again in my life, with the lights being turned off and wondering how I was going to feed my family, right? The cars getting taken away and all that kind of stuff. And then I realized, let me get back to this network marketing thing. because I couldn't find a job. I knew I couldn't go find a job that was paying me the, outside the realm of reality salary and income that I was making at this job that had just gone away, right? So I said, okay, you know what? I know what I could do. I could get back in network marketing. And that I said, but if I'm going to get back in network marketing, I don't have time for another 10 years like the first 10. So I need to do some things differently. And the first thing I decided to do differently is something that you really want to think about, guys. And that first thing was this. I decided that I would work my business as seriously as I worked my job. That I would take network marketing, I would take my network marketing business as seriously as I took a job. Because see, I used to be ashamed of network marketing, and maybe that's your problem. Maybe you're ashamed of network marketing. Maybe you think of it as some little side thing. Maybe you think of it as something that people do who can't do anything else. Maybe that's how you feel about it. But you can be further from the truth. I know so many people in network marketing who literally make more in a month than many people will make in a year. And now I know people in network marketing who make more in a month than many people will ever make in their entire lifetime. So I wouldn't look down on network marketing if I were you. Because I know some folks who've put 5 or 10 or 15 years into this industry, and now they live a life of dreams. And I'm not saying that that'll happen for everyone, but I will say that it is possible for anyone to achieve that kind of result. The reason why everyone won't achieve that result is because everyone won't do what it takes. Everyone won't improve their mindset. Everyone won't put in the work. Everyone won't stay in long enough. Everyone won't focus on one company. Everybody won't learn from a mentor. But everybody can. The opportunity is there for everyone. It doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care what your background is. It doesn't care where you came from. It doesn't care who you know, who you don't know. Absolutely anybody who wants to can make it in this business. So the first thing that I decided, the first big change that I made was that I would take this thing as seriously as I took a job, that I would work my business as if someone could fire me for not working my business. And that no matter how much time I had, whether I was full-time or part-time or very part-time, even if I only had 2 hours, even if I only had 1 hour, I would work that 1 hour like I could get fired for not doing a good job. Now, who's going to fire me? Nobody. I work for myself. But see, so many times when you think about your job, why do you even do what you do? Why do you do the things that you don't want to do? Why do you go to work when you don't feel like going to work, when you're tired, when you're sick, when you're sleepy? Why do you do those things? Why do you put up with some of the stuff that you put up with? Because you don't want to get fired. Because someone's holding your paycheck hostage. If you can create that same mentality and do quality work here like you do quality work for someone else who's standing over you, it's amazing the kind of results that you'll get in your business, okay? So that was the first decision that I made. The second decision that I made was to plug into a mentor. A mentor. I said, you know what? The fastest way to get my desired result was to find someone who had it and follow them. And so I did. A couple of companies ago, I found a mentor who was doing exceptionally well, someone who had struggled in the beginning and who figured it out and was making more in a month than many people make in a year, some people in 2 years, some people in 3. And I said, you know what? You're not my sponsor, but you are my upline, and I want to work with you for 30 days straight. And see, here's the thing. Samantha and I recognize that we can't work with each individual for 30 days straight. And that's why we do what we do. That's why all the leaders do what we do. That's why we do Team Elite TV every single Sunday. That's why we're doing this 90-day run, so that you can work closely with us as a group and get what you need. And so I studied this person, I took notes, I listened, right? Even though I had been successful, even though I had been a vice president, even though I had made really crazy money, I humbled myself and said, I don't know anything. When he said, T.Gray, this is what you need to do, I didn't say, but. I said, great, no problem, fantastic. If he said, you got to walk down the street standing on your head, I would have walked down the street standing on my head, because that's what he said was necessary. And I listened when he spoke to people, and I wrote down what he said. And I made his conversation my conversation. I practiced it in the mirror, so I could practice my facial expression and see what I looked like when I was saying it. That's how I learn this business. And you want to know what happened? Within 2 years of starting, I became a diamond. I became a diamond in that company, making more money in a month than many people make in a year. Making more money in a month than many people make in 2 years. Able to, now my family, we'd gone from the lights being turned off and, not knowing where the next meal was coming from, to now living in abundance, living in a nice house, driving in nice cars, traveling the world. And you know what? I would have stayed with that company if it didn't melt down. Fortunately, sometimes that happens, right? And that's a lesson you got to learn in life. The rainy day does come. It does. It comes in one way or another. You might get sick, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you just got to be prepared. That's all you can do. Be like a squirrel. Put some nuts in the tree, okay? And we weren't as good squirrels as we could have been. But when that company went away, we went to another company. We did some research. We chose well. And we went to this company, and I had to launch my business. And this time, we know what I did? I used everything that I learned the first time. And I found a friend of mine in the industry who had been really good at launching businesses. And I said, I want you to just ride with me for 30 days and help me launch. And she did, just as a favor, as a friend. And I put in some of the most insane work I've ever put in. And we're going to talk about launching in a minute. And within 2.5 years, guess what? Became a diamond in that company. Massive organization in 13, 14 countries all over the world, whatever. And again, making more in a month. Family traveling the world. My kid's getting his passport stamped every few months. Right? Now, here we are in Jeunesse. Excited about this company. And you know what? Sam and I, this time we had the opportunity to launch together. And you know what we did? We blew it out in 60 days or so. Within 60 days, our team was already in 29 or 30 countries. Or we stopped counting. Thousands of people. Why? Because we just came in and we blew it out. But that describes kind of my last 10 years of network marketing. The first 10 were failure. The last 10 have been success. And I know what you're saying as you watch this. Man, I want that. I want to be free. I want to be my own woman. I want to be my own man. I want to have that extra money coming into my family. I want to travel the world. I want to get rid of the boss. I want to work for me. I want to start companies. I want to start businesses. I need some cash flow. I know that's you're saying that's what you want. Because people tell me that all the time. I coach people. I keep enrolling people and enrolling people and enrolling people, and everybody says the same thing. But unfortunately, most people do the same thing. And so I want to talk with you about what it takes to win. In my last company, I enrolled 33 people personally in my first 30 days. And in Jeunesse, I've enrolled 60 people. I actually enrolled my first 50 some odd people personally in my first 60 days. The team was in the thousands already in our first 60 to 90 days. And now already I've enrolled over 60 people. And you're saying to yourself, man, I want that. I want those kind of results, man. I want that kind of results. I want to be a ruby. I want to be an emerald. I want to be a diamond. How do I do that? And so I want to talk with you a little bit about what to do, okay? And I got really fortunate because I was thinking about this, and I'm in my hotel, and I'm with one of my business partners from my other company, and he's working on a project. And I needed a quiet place so I could come talk to you. And as I was walking to the hotel reception desk, and I remember because I was on the phone with Melinda Martinez, we were doing a coaching session, and I walked past this conference room, and whoever was in it all day today, they're finished. And the hotel said I could use it to talk to you. So isn't that fantastic? And it comes with a board. So I'm going to write on the board. Okay? So let's pretend that you're just starting your business. And I don't care if you're one of our Sapphire leaders already. It's January. It's a new year. You're starting your business. You're starting today. I want you to declare today a new day. And if you're starting your business and you want, how many of you, let me just ask you this. Do you want spectacular results, or you want just results? Do you want results that just blow your mind? You're laying in the bed and you're like, I can't believe it. Do you want to qualify for all the trips? Do you want to walk the stage? You want a Jeunesse check every week that just makes you go, wow, awesome. Is that what you want? Okay, I'm going to show you how to get it, okay? The first thing you got to do, guys, is you have to go big fast. Okay? You got to go big fast. You got to launch your business. And this is the first mistake that people make all the time. They don't go big fast. They don't launch. You know what they do? They start. They kind of come trickling out of the gates. You know, have you ever seen a horse race before? You know, the horses, the doors are closed, and the horses are like, they just chomping at the bit. They're just ready to go, and those doors come open, and it's like, they just come. They're ready to go. They're going full throttle. And sometimes in a comedy movie, where they have a horse race, they have the horses, and they're all in the gates, right? And then all the horses come charging out, and then there's one that just kind of comes, right? And it's a joke, right? It's funny. And the way some people get their business started is a joke. Yep. Because that's how they come out of the gates. Just sauntering out of the gates. Slow walk, right? And they wonder why they can't win. You know, I live in Houston, Texas, and in Houston, Texas, that's where NASA is. That's where, you know, the North American Space Agency, you know, that's where they launch the rockets. And if you've ever seen a rocket launch on TV, when they launch the rockets, just think about how much noise, how much energy, how much fuel, how much people power, how much money is spent just to get the rocket off the ground, right? Because you got to break Earth's gravity, and you can't break Earth's gravity like this. Right? You gotta boom, you gotta launch in order to break Earth's gravity, right? To get off the ground, to get out of the atmosphere. And then once you get out of the atmosphere and you get into space, then you can coast. So many folks, they wanna coast from the start. You can't coast, you just launching. And you know, if you think about NASA when they're launching the rockets, everything else is put on hold when it's launch time. Everybody's running around the building, working on the launch. It's chaotic. That's what, you know, no other projects matter. Everything else goes on the sidelines. And you know what? That's how I launched my business. The first time I went diamond, I told that guy I was going to work with him for 30 days. So you know what I had to do? I had to be where he was for 30 days. For 30 days, I wasn't home practically. For 30 days, I would get up, take my kid to school, shower, shave, go to his house, go wherever he went. I had times where I would be at home and he'd call me up and say, hey, what are you doing right now? I'd say nothing. He says, great, come to my house right now. I got a meeting tonight. I want you to see it. And so I would do that. And that's how, and people just thought, wow, your business grew so fast. Well, 30 days of focused energy. I created so much results in those 30 days that it really extended to my first 90 days. I had to just keep up with it. It was like catching a tiger by the tail. And then when I launched in my last company, Samantha was there, she was helping me. And I enrolled 33 people in 30 days. How did I do that? Man, I was on the phone all day long. I was up at 6, preparing my social media message, because I was launching on social media and with a phone list that I had. And I would be up with my social media. I'd write 10 Facebook posts and 10 tweets. And I would use a program called Hootsuite to schedule them so they would go out throughout the course of the day. Because I knew that once my day started, I would have no time to be on Facebook. If I was going to do a video, I would record the video. World's still dark. I'm recording the video. I'd write my email campaign that I was going to write. Everything was done. So to come 9 o'clock, it was phone time. Hammering the phones, hammering the phones, hammering the phones. And what did I do whenever someone answered? Whenever someone answered, we'd schedule a presentation. So my first day was phone. Second day was phone, presentation, phone, presentation. And guess what? You give enough presentations, you're going to have some people that want to get in. You're going to have some people that want to be customers. And so the third day, it was phone. Everybody that I couldn't reach in the first couple of days, plus presentations with the people that were scheduled to get presentations, plus follow up with the people who already got a presentation, plus helping the new people that signed up as a result of those presentations launch. And so I created my own work. How many people did I call? Well, I had a big list. I was able to call 200, 300 people a day. I didn't speak to that many people, but I dialed that many numbers. And I've coached so many people who say, well, I don't have a list like that. I said, well, how big a list do you have? 200, 300 people? I was just coaching Melinda. And we were using the example of, can you put 300 people on a list? She said, yes. I said, great, then here's what you need to do. Tomorrow's Monday, tomorrow's the first day of you doing this as a full-timer. Here's what you got to do. Dial all 300 numbers. I dare you. Dial them all. I said, if you dial all 300 numbers, how many people are you going to talk to? 30 maybe. Great. Do you know what you're going to say when those 30 people pick up the phone? And what's really cool is that because of the way Janessa is such a spectacular company, guess what? we don't even have to do presentations. You don't have to even do a presentation. You don't have to try to get anybody to the Marriott on Thursday night. You don't have to try to get anybody on a webinar at Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. You don't. We have these videos. And if you go to teamelitesuccess.com, teamelitesuccess.com, that's our website, Team Elite. That's us, right? Under business, there's a link that says 3-step video process. I hope you've been there. If not, why not? So you click on 3-step video process and it shows you step 1, video 1. You choose from the list, right? So there's a little short video, right? There's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, depending on what you want to share with a person. And then after that, after they watch that, now you want them to watch the 15-minute video, The Secret of Jeunesse. Now that's going to talk about the products and the whole company, right? And then after that, you want them to watch the 7-minute financial rewards video. Well, guess what? If they watch the intro video and the company products video, and then the finances video, that's a presentation. And the person didn't have to go anywhere. So you could literally start a person from the moment you speak to them, you can start them down the presentation road. Watching the videos on their own terms, at home, at work, wherever they are, okay? Imagine I'm your prospect and you reach out to me right now. If you wanted me to go to a hotel meeting, you gotta wait till I come back in town. But if you're sending me videos, I could watch them tonight while I'm gearing up for my day tomorrow. You see how that works, guys? So we have such a great set of tools, but just so many folks don't use them. And they don't take the time to learn how to use them. So you gotta go big fast. You gotta do big things in a short period of time. Because if you think about it, when you think about the launching the rocket, what takes the most time? The mission. How much time does the launch take compared to the mission? This much. Just you see the rocket going, all the smoke, all that fuel, all that money is being spent. And then it breaks Earth's gravity and now it coasts. And now they start their 30-day mission in space. So you gotta launch. All the stuff that I'm coaching Melinda to do, that's what you gotta do. A lot of activity, short period of time. Somebody says, I don't have a list, I don't know anybody. Strap on and go out there and meet 10 people a day. Don't try to recruit them, don't try to sell them. Just get in the conversation and make a friend. And grab their phone number. 10 conversations where you walk away with a name, a phone number, and an email address. 10 times a day, 5 days a week. 10 times 5 is 50. That's 50 people you meet every week. Do it for a month, that's 200 people. Now, here's what you do with those people. Whenever you meet somebody, you have to then actually prospect them same day or next day. Same day or next day. How does that sound? I call Melinda back. I say, hey, Melinda, this is T.Gray. We met in Starbucks. Yeah, I'm the guy who complimented you on your shoes. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Melinda, I owe you an apology. Why? Because I'm actually working with some people that are going to do some really big things in this market. We're going to expand a really big business in this market, and you're actually the kind of person that if you wanted to, this could probably be something very good for you. It could be very lucrative for you. It could do good things for you and your family. And it was wrong of me to kind of decide that it might not be for you. So I tell you what, just by way of apology, would you let me send you a 3-minute video to show you what this is all about? And if it makes sense, I'm going to send you a 15-minute video that give you a little bit more detailed. And if the 15-minute video makes sense, I'm going to send you a 7-minute video that's going to show you how we make money. Now, after you've watched all 3 videos, if you decide you want to partner with us, fantastic. If you decide that you don't want to partner with us, but that you do want to use our products and services, they make sense for you, fantastic. Or you might decide that none of it is for you, neither the products nor that you just don't want anything to do with it. That's cool too, as long as you just tell me. Like, don't go on a witness protection program. Don't just stop taking my calls. Just be like, hey, it's not for me, and that's going to be cool. Is that a deal? Awesome. I'm going to send you the first video right now. See, that's it, guys. That's it. Now, you guys are saying, T.Gray is so smooth. Rewind it again. Play it again. If you want those words, they're yours. Practice it. But that's how I've learned how to do this. I care enough about this business to take it seriously. So one of the next things that you have to do if you're going to be successful is you have to take it seriously. Remember I said that I changed, and I said, I'm going to do this as seriously and take it as seriously as I would take a job. I would work it like I could get fired for not doing it right or for not giving it my best. And I got to ask you to ask yourself right now, are you really taking it seriously? Are you really giving it your best? Do you really work your Janess business like you work your job? Or are you slacking? Are you cutting corners? Are you sometimey? You can't be sometimey. This is your company. You got to work it every day. Every day, even if it's just a little bit. Every day you got to be talking to people. Every day somebody's got to watch a video. Every day you got to be doing just something. You got to work it every week. Every week you got to be doing a wine and wrinkles party. I love Melinda. She's at her business plan is 2 wine and wrinkle parties a week. You know, I look at Kim in Jamaica. I look at Nick in Jamaica. Every week they're doing J parties. I look at Rosette in Guam. Every week the J parties. I look at the team. We have so many sapphires in the Texas Valley with Marsha and Onawateri. Why? Because when they started, they were doing J parties, wine and wrinkle parties every week. And then as those grew, they started doing hotel meetings. And they have now built a team where that's the culture. Everybody's doing J parties. Everybody's doing wine and wrinkle parties. They're getting creative with them. They're doing them in spas and all sorts of cool stuff. But there's always something going on in that team down there. Is there something going on in your business? Right? Are you like Doris? Doris has a lot going on. I know your job keeps you busy. I know they got you working crazy hours. I know you got family stuff and church stuff and stuff. But is that really why you can't succeed? Because, you know, I've spent some time talking to Doris, and I really can tell you this for true. I don't know too many people whose life is as crazy as Doris's. Doris got so much stuff going on, I don't know if I would make it. And the way I look at it is this: if she can stay in the game, get to the meeting every week, be on Team Elite TV every week, and go Sapphire, you can. The question is, do you really want it bad enough, right? So these are just a couple of the things that will help you to win. And I think we kind of are kind of segueing into another important thing, and that's this, you know, don't let a good life spoil your opportunity to have a great life. You know, especially in America and in Canada, there's this work ethic problem. I see lots of folks that don't really work their business. And the reason for it is this: they're not living with their back against the wall. They might not be rich, but they have a decent house. They might not be rich, but they have a decent car. They might not be rich, but they eat every day. They got cable TV. You know, they got a couple of things. You know, they might not be rich, but they get to go on a vacation once a year or a couple of times, you know, or at least every other year. So their life just doesn't totally suck, you know? And so because of that, they lack motivation. But at the end of the day, what they have is really just a good life. They don't have a great life. You know who's got a great life? Adam's got a great life. I mean, his kid, look at little AJ, he's 4 years old. I mean, he's almost on his second passport. I mean, where's he been? Russia, China, Dubai, France, London, the Caribbean, Hawaii. They're just all over the world. No jobs, no bosses, just do what they want to do and inspire people along the way. And the lessons that little AJ is learning. I was talking with Adam at the 80-20-365 event, and he said, you know, at the event in the Philippines, little AJ, 4 years old, gets on the stage and he says, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Adam Vincent Gilmer, in front of hundreds of people. Everybody's clapping, they love it. But what is he learning? Self-confidence, public speaking, how to handle himself around adults, how to be in business. Isn't that what you want your kids to learn? Good life versus great life. You just want your kids to learn how to go to work every day for somebody else and build somebody else's dream? And just do that same routine every day and just live a mediocre, average, middle life? You know what average is? This is average. That's average. That's middle class. It's nothing. You know what it is? It's the bottom of the top and the top of the bottom. It's nothing. That's nothing to strive for. Go strive for the top, the great life. Don't let your good life get in the way of your great life. You deserve to have it all. God said you could have abundance. God made you to be great. So many people watching this video, when you die, all of your best stuff is going to die still on the inside of you, never get out. It's never going to get out because you're stuck in a routine. And I want to challenge you to get out there and to really put it in, right? Okay, so what's another reason why people don't succeed? This, isolation. And everybody who works with me has heard me say this a few times already. Isolation is a, what guys? Say it, killer. That's right. Isolation is a killer. We do so much to make sure that no matter where you are, you're not alone. You might be in a country where you're the only one. You might be in a city or a state where you're the only one. And we said, how can we create an environment where people feel like they belong to something and they're not alone? And that's why we have our Jeunesse Team Elite Facebook group. It's a private group. People, it's only for the downline that starts with Samantha and me down. And we got people from other groups, they all want to get in it because they hear about it. And they all want to get in it. They'll ask me, can you add me to that group? Can you put me into that group? And we don't do it. That group is just for you. We do stuff, Samantha and I, we make sure that we do a lot of community service, that we do things that we make available to the entire company. But some stuff has got to be just for you. And our Jeunesse Team Elite group is just for you. There's almost 1,000 people in it right now. And then we have our Jeunesse Team Elite YouTube channel. And we have our TeamEliteSuccess.com website. And we have Team Elite TV so we can come together every Sunday. Even as virtually, but you get to see our faces. And I love it better when we do hangouts because you can see a bunch of our faces. And we go to events and people come up to us and say, I feel like I know you. They say that to Jamie. They say that to Marcia. They'll say that to Not TV Dad. They say, I feel like I know you because I see you on Team Elite TV. And so the sad part is this. We get people that are too cool for school all the time. They don't want to be in the Facebook group, or we add them to the Facebook group, but they never go in there, they never like anything. They never comment, they never post, they never participate. They're isolated, they're by themselves. And I want you to think, maybe you've seen the video of in the jungle in Africa when the lion is going after the gazelle. Oh yeah, you've seen that video, right? And you got this herd of gazelles, right? And a bunch of them are kind of congregating and they're talking to each other and they're hanging out and munching grass or whatever. And then you got these ones that's way back over here. They're just kind of too cool for school. They're looking at them and they're like, I don't need all that. And they're by themselves, right? I'll just eat this grass over here. I'll just hang out over here, right? And what's really interesting is the ones that kind of do that, they tend to be sick. They tend to be slow, right? And then here's what happens. That lion, he comes up and he says, oh yeah, I see this, right? I'm gonna have me some dinner. I'm gonna eat somebody, or I'm gonna eat somebody's dream, right? And so what the lion does, he puts his head down to the ground and he roars his roar, roar, right? And by the way, lions are real smart. They put their head down to the ground and they roar because then it echoes and you can't really tell where it's coming from. It sounds like it's coming from all around you. Like when life just kind of come and get you from all sides. When stuff just starts going crazy, you just feel like, I don't know where it's coming from. Like Chris Tucker in that movie, which one of y'all kicked me, right? It's just coming at you and you just don't know what to do. And it creates confusion. And so here's what happens. Everybody starts running, right? Now, the lion's like, okay, time for snack, right? And here's the thing. He does not go after the ones that are in the group together. He doesn't even fool with them. He don't even go anywhere near them. He doesn't mess with them. You know why he doesn't mess with them? Because he don't want to get trampled. There is safety in numbers. There's safety in togetherness. Together we can do anything. Together we can fight anything. You know what? I believe that that's why Doris was able to go Sapphire. Because if she was isolated, like most folks isolate themselves, and dealing with all these problems coming at her from all over because she got all these kids and stuff, right? Her dream would have got eaten up. But because Doris, even though she had all this stuff, she stayed in the pack. She always stayed in the pack. You know, Doris, I'm gonna make fun of you. She got the worst phone of everybody. You ever notice on the Team Elite TV, when we do the Google Hangout, her thing is always blurry. She got a cracked screen. She don't care. She's always in it. She don't say, hey, this cracked screen, I'm embarrassed. No, she's in it. You know, sometimes as we're getting ready, all the kids are around her. We can talk to the kids. Hey, little munchkins, how you doing? We love you. You guys are so cute, right? But she doesn't let anything. She stays in the pack. She stays in the pack. And then we got folks that have really the perfect circumstance. They might be single, they might be young, they can do whatever they want to, got a little bit of change, their back's not up against the wall, they don't have maybe as many problems, but they won't get in the pack. They don't want to do our Facebook page, they don't want to do Team Elite TV, they don't want to do nothing. And you know what? All it takes is a little something. They're out the game. They quit. They're gone. They're isolated. We don't know where they are. They don't respond to text messages. They're done. I send Doris a text, she's back to me. If I text Doris right now, if I say, Doris, call me, she'll ring the phone. I just want you to think about your mindset, right? I'm not saying this is not about Doris, but I think she's a perfect story because she got so many challenges, but she stays in that pack, right? So that lion, he's ready to eat, but who does he go after? He goes after the ones that are hanging out by themselves. The isolated ones, the rebels, the rogues, the sick, the slow. And you know what? He always gets a meal. Always. He always catches them and eats them up, gobbles them up. They die. Their dreams die. Which gazelle are you? Are you in the pack or are you outside the edges? I encourage you, get in the pack. Go to the events. Don't be the person that says, I don't need events. I don't need that rah-rah. Yes, you do. I need the rah-rah. Because it always seems like it comes just in time when I feel like, man, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired trying to help people want their dreams for themselves as bad as I want their dreams for them. And then I get to go to the event and it refuels my hope, my energy, my desire. I always see somebody cross that stage that just inspires me, says, T.Gray, you can do it. Go, go. And then you know what? It carries me right up to the next event. You need it. I promise you need it. My business is bigger than yours. If I need it, you need it. Okay, guys? So that's another thing here. Isolation is a killer. If you isolate yourself, if you won't get in the middle, if you won't engage, turn on your notifications for the Facebook group. Like, comment, post. Karen, thank you for posting. Karen Ortiz, she posted, and she's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not one of the leaders. Is it okay for me to post? I'm like, yes, post away. We want to hear from everyone. So get engaged, get involved. Okay? All right. Another reason why people fail. All right? Now, how many of you did the assignment? The 90-day success run, 90-day mind, read the book, top 10 distinctions, millionaires in the middle class, right? Millionaires, long-term thinking, long-term vision. Versus immediate gratification, short term. Right? So here's what happens. millionaires and middle class, they can think long term. They make plans that go a year out, 5 years out, 10 years out. 10 years from now, I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other. I'm working with a group of people. The business plan is 3 years. We're going to do this, that, and the other. And then 3 years from now, this is what we're going to do. That's when the big payday comes, right? So I've learned that super successful people, they can think in the long term. So if you have a 3-year business plan and things aren't going the way you want to in 3 months or 3 weeks or 3 days, you don't quit because you have a 3-year business plan. Here's what the poor and the middle class want: immediate gratification. They want it to work right now. They want to pick up the phone and the first person they call says, you know what? Not only do I love this, I'm in at the highest pack, and oh, wait a minute, I'm a diamond now. That's what they want. They want immediate, they want everything to work right away so fast. They've got no tolerance for pain, no tolerance for failure, no tolerance for persistence. I love it when people, and I mean that sarcastically, I love it when people say they want to accomplish something they haven't been able to do in 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And then they quit Jeunesse because they didn't get it done in 10, 15, 30 days. You couldn't do this in 10, 15, 30 years. What makes you think you're going to get it done in 10, 15, 30 days? Can you at least give your business a year and a half? Can you at least give it 3 to 5 years? My business plan for everything is 3 to 5 years. You know, I joined Jeunesse, and there's a whole bunch of people who joined Jeunesse the same time I did, leaders from different companies. And so many of them have already quit and gone off to do other things. And they're calling me, come on, T.Gray, come with us. Come do this with us. Come do this company with us. And you know what I tell them? My business is going great. Besides, I didn't get in for 6 months. I didn't get in for a year. I got in for a minimum of 3 to 5 years. I can't even think about quitting or slowing down for 3 to 5 years. 3 years from now is when I'll stop and say, okay, is this working? And I'm gonna tell you right now, if Adam Vincent Gilmer can create the results he created in 3 years, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be saying, hell yeah, it's working. And if it's not doing what I need it to do, the answer isn't quit. The answer is adjust. The answer is tweak. Look inward. What am I doing? What can I be doing better? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to do more of? How can I fix me? And then give it at least another 2 years, then 5-year marker. Then we can sit down and have a business meeting and say, okay, is this thing working? Do I keep going? Whatever adjustment. Not 3 to 5 days, not 3 to 5 months even. So guys, listen, I just want to challenge you. Your perspective, your vision's got to be longer term. And so what am I saying when I say I'm going to do this 3 to 5 years? It means for 3 to 5 years, I'm going to work it seriously. Take it like a job. I'm going to work it like I could get fired. I'm going to go to all the events. I'm going to do all the activities. I'm going to meet lots of people and enroll them and help them and do everything that I can do. Because if it doesn't work, I just want to make sure that it's not me. Let me ask you a question. If you're not getting the results that you want, is it you? And here's how you know if it's you or not. Is anybody else winning? Is anybody else succeeding? Let me bring it all the way home. Did Doris Lopez go sapphire with 10 kids and a bunch of stuff going on in her life? So could you have, right? So guys, I just want to challenge you on what it takes to really win. Because I just see so many folks, they lose before they start. You know, we started this 90-day success run, and so many people got excited, said they're going to do it, and I don't think they lasted a week. And I just want to call them up and say, you know what, that's why you're getting mediocre results in all aspects of your life. Wherever your life is, you're supposed to do better. But now I understand why you're where you are, because you can't go the distance. So I just want to challenge you. You can do it. I love network marketing. I love Jeunesse because anybody can do it. You don't have to have special skills. You really don't. You just have to be persistent. You just have to be consistent. You gotta have long-term view. You gotta launch your business. You gotta be a person who can follow directions, plug in and stay with the group, and just amazing things are gonna happen. All right? So that's my message to you. And if I stepped on your toes, if I hurt your feelings, if by talking about you, by describing you, good. I hope that you take that crunched up toe feeling and channel it into, I'm going to do better. And I want to challenge you to restart your business. Launch it. Don't start it. Launch it. Relaunch your business. We still have 60 days of our 90-day success run left over. And you can do amazing things in the next 60 days. So I just wanted to challenge you on that. I hope that you felt my heart. I'm not talking down to anybody. I'm really not. I mean, I just know that anybody can do it. You know how I know that? Because I did it. Because Doris did it. Because Sam did it. Because Marsha's doing it. Just so many folks did it. You can do it too. So I love you. On behalf of me, on behalf of Sam, we love you. On behalf of all the Team Elite leaders, all these sapphires and pearls, we love you, and you can do it. You just got to put in the work. Because the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary, right? In real life, you got to put in the work first. So I hope you guys will do it. We'll do more videos like this. And I just want to encourage you, you know what? Watch it again, all right? God bless you guys. That was Team Elite TV, episode 43. Let's go win together.